Ba-ba-dum, ba-bum, bum, ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-ba-bum, bum, ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-dum, ba-bum, bum, ba-da-ba-bum, bum, bum. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Wednesday night. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and we are going to do a sacred pipe ceremony. So, as you can see, we are in my office again because it's raining out, and so, but not to worry. We have our own little mobile river and birds along with us here so that we can feel like we are outside. But it was just a little too wet, a little too cold to go outside. And I mean, it was a little disappointing because the weather's been really nice out here recently. So I've been able to get out to the river like almost every single day. But today it was a no. So we will stay dry and warm and keep it inside. So welcome. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, if you've been watching me for the last 4.5 years, whatever it's been, thank you and welcome. I started doing these toward the beginning of the pandemic, when we could no longer meet in person. And so the next logical thing was to start doing these ceremonies online. And I enjoyed it so much that I'm keeping it going. So that's where it started, and I enjoy the opportunity to bring what to me is one of the most profound and powerful ceremonies to others. And I will explain all of that in just a minute. I was busy closing up shop. I was here doing readings and stuff today. And so I had to go grab my sandwich board sign from in front of Four Sisters Holistic Remedies, and came back and got distracted working on a project, and suddenly it was 7 o'clock and I didn't have my altar set up yet, so no worries. I am just really glad you're here. I appreciate your presence and your energy. I said this in the past, that if you are watching this, you may think that you're just watching this, just observing, but there's really no such thing. And if you are watching this, then your energy is a vital component of what happens here. Even if you're watching this in repeat, your energy goes out beyond space and time. Even if you're watching this a year, 5 years from now, your energy still affects what happens here, what is said here, and it's so amazing to me how different it is. I'm not going to say more powerful necessarily. It's just so different when we do it together, you know. And I hope you will experience that tonight. So And if you're in the area and would like to experience the pipe ceremony in person, this coming Saturday from 11 to 12, I am going to be doing pipe ceremony right here in my office live. You are invited to come. It's free, though donations are accepted. Just like on here, this video is free. And I do have my Venmo and PayPal pinned to the top of the comments in a tip jar. So, and anything you wish to give, anything, if you feel you get something from tonight and you wish to reciprocate and support your friendly neighborhood shaman, and I am just so grateful to you for that. So, the first thing we're going to do, first thing we always do before ceremony, actually not before ceremony, but as ceremony, to initiate ceremony, is we drum, or we set sacred space. And we do that by drumming. You can drum or rattle or clap or just speak it out loud or just in your head, but we call the spirits to hold space around us. They basically enclose us in a bubble of higher frequency light and love, which keeps anything of a lower frequency out. So it protects us, and it allows us to focus on our intention, our purpose for whatever ceremony we're doing, right? And so, and it's basically, the way I do it, it's basically the 7 directions, right? The 4 directions, east, south, west, north, and then above, below, and center. So, but this is how I do it. Like I always say, if you want to know how to do it, this is how I do it, and you're free to copy me, or you're free to base what you do on what I do. There are no rules, there is no dogma. It's really about intention and what resonates to your heart. So this is the way I call in sacred space. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. All right, so now we are in sacred space, and you might find yourself breathing a little bit easier, feeling a little more relaxed, because you are being held, you are being watched over, as well as being uplifted and empowered. So that is one of the benefits of sacred space. And everything done within sacred space is ceremony. Every action is a ceremonial action. Every action is a sacred action. Every intention is a sacred ceremonial intention. And nothing can happen in ceremony that wasn't meant to happen in ceremony. So that's why I suggest to people sometimes to, set sacred space in the morning and don't release it until the evening when you get home. And that way your entire day is ceremony, sacred action, sacred motion, sacred intention. And nothing can happen in ceremony that isn't meant to happen. So whatever happens in that day is exactly what needs to happen. Of course, even if you don't do that, life is ceremony and there are no accidents. So everything really is unfolding the way it needs to. But sometimes when we set sacred space, it brings more of an awareness, right? And that just that awareness helps things to run a little more smoothly because we're more open and observant of what's going on. So we're gonna catch hints, or we'll be more tuned into our intuition to know to go left rather than right, or whatever the nudge is. So I like to do that. And so anyway, so if you are new, if you've never seen me before, never been to a pipe ceremony, let me explain a little bit. So the original sacred pipe, this is my sacred pipe. The original sacred pipe was brought to the Lakota people 19 generations ago by White Buffalo Calf Woman. And I've never done the math myself, but I've heard people say that was like 2,000 years ago, so roughly about the time of Jesus, right? And so that is how long the Lakota people have been smoking the sacred pipe. In fact, the original pipe, the White Buffalo pipe, is still being held by Chief Arvil Looking Horse, who is the 19th White Buffalo Calf bundle holder. So, but whenever we smoke, no matter what pipe it is, it's like we are connected to everyone who has ever smoked the pipe back to that original pipe. In fact, when you are called to be a pipe carrier, traditionally your teacher gives you a pinch of tobacco from her tobacco or his tobacco, and that tobacco carries the energy of every ceremony it has been in. And so the tobacco I carry in my own little pouch here carries the energy of every ceremony that my teacher has done, every ceremony that her teachers have done, and all the energy of all the teachers before them. And so doing ceremony right now, this is not just a one-off, one-shot thing. This is, and it's appropriate, we're called pipe carriers because we carry that energy. We steward that energy, right? And someone said one time that it's not so much that we carry the pipe, but that the medicine of the pipe carries us. And so this is, like I said, this is the most profound, the most sacred, most powerful ceremony that I know of. And I'm just so honored and privileged to have been called to be a pipe carrier. And I've been so for about six years now, although White Buffalo Calf Woman has been one of my main spirit guides for over 15 years. So it was almost inevitable. But anyway, so that is the sacred pipe. The stem of the pipe is like the divine masculine, and the bowl of the pipe is the divine feminine. So when we put the pipe together, it's the unity of all the seeming opposites, like the yin-yang, the soft and the hard, the dark and the light. It is all of creation. So I think when I do it, when I think about it as like the divine presence, we put it together, and this is creator, goddess, the divine, however you want to think of that. Because when we put the pipe together until we take it apart is one giant prayer. And it basically opens a channel straight to source. So everything you think or pray or intend is that exponentially more powerful, that it goes straight to source. No waiting, no lines. Yeah. So just to give you an idea so that you can follow along so you know what's going on, the first thing I'm going to do is light some sage, and my little altar that you saw me putting together earlier in front of me, I'm going to smudge everything on that altar. And then I'm going to raise my pipe and say a prayer to ask permission to smoke. And then assuming that the answer is yes, that's when I put the pipe together. And then I will take 4 pinches of tobacco and put them into the bowl of the pipe. And that part I do out loud. So you'll hear the different prayers and offerings I make during that stage of it. And then once the pipe is filled, I have a song that White Buffalo Calf Woman taught me to sing before every ceremony that I facilitate. And so once the pipe is filled, I will sing that song. Then I light the pipe, and the first thing I'll do with the pipe when it's lit is I will basically offer the pipe to the different directions, blowing a smoke blessing to those directions and to Father Sky, to Mother Earth, in a circle for all our relations, and then to Creator. And then I'll pause a moment, silent prayer with the skin of my forehead and a fold of my heart. And I'll come back, probably need to relight the pipe at that point. But then, after that second time that I light it, the first thing I'm going to do is take a great big puff of smoke, and I'm going to blow it straight at my camera. And that is a blessing coming from my heart through the smoke of the tobacco, and by the magic of the holographic universe and the internet coming through whatever device you're watching this on to your heart. And that is the point where you want to say your biggest, bestest prayers, or set your biggest, bestest intentions. And then I will continue to smoke and blow breath blessings. And we just, last night was full moon, right? So we're still in that full moon. So it's like the full manifestation. And from this point forward, for the next couple of weeks, the moon will begin to wane. And so this is, I've been talking about this a lot lately. Cormorant is one of my favorite birds. And cormorant medicine, cormorant is a waterfowl. They look similar to a loon. They've got the long neck. They swim kind of low in the water, but and they're usually black, or there are different colored ones, but the ones around here are black. And different from other waterfowl, their bones are heavier, and they also don't have the oil in their feathers that most waterfowl do. And the advantage of this is that cormorant can dive deeper than most waterfowl. So she can go down to the bottom and get the really tasty fish and things to eat at the bottom that most waterfowl can't. And so then she comes back to the surface. And if you live around here, if you've ever taken the ferries, you've probably seen them on the piers. The black birds standing up there with their wings outstretched toward the sun. Because of the fact they don't have the oil, they have to have their wings dried in the sun and the wind before they can dive again. And so to avoid getting waterlogged or, all of that, they have to hit, what do I want to say it? Like, there's the break in between. They can't just dive and then dive and then dive and then dive. It's like exhaling and inhaling. You can't continue to exhale without inhaling at some point, right? So the cormorants sitting there with their wings outstretched to the sun and the wind, they get to appreciate their catch. They get to appreciate their accomplishments. And that's kind of the way I look at the full moon. It's the full manifestation of whatever we've been trying to create in the past month or whatever. And so this is the time to appreciate, to keep track of how far you've come. This is a point of checking in to see what you have accomplished. It's not a time to go over all your faults and all your regrets and do that kind of thing. Right now is the time to look at yourself in all of your glory, to give yourself the credit you are due for just being alive in this crazy, crazy world right now. And, going about your days, going about your life, just the fact that you are is more important than anything you will ever do. Just the fact that you are here now. You are a divine drop of light and love in this world that sorely needs to wake up and remember its divinity, its sacredness. And so whether you do anything else in your life, you are a blessing to this world. And so allow yourself to feel that. You are a gift to the world. No matter who you are, no matter what you do, what you've done, just the fact that you are here means everything, okay? And so allow yourself to spread your wings and just say, woohoo, look at me, right? It's like, bask in your glory. You are powerful. You are a divine being of light and love. Despite what it might look like and despite what the world will tell you, in your essence you are eternal. And you are joy, you are love, you are light. So allow that to rise from the surface like the full moon, and let that emanate from the deepest depths within you, right? And then as the moon starts to wane, going back to the new moon, that is the time when we start to focus on, okay, what are the habits that don't serve me? What are the objects in my life that no longer support me? Who are the people that I need to draw a boundary with as we are purging and letting go of things, right? But right now we're still in that full moon energy, and it's just take a breath, sigh, roar. It reminds me of the Walt Whitman. He's one of my favorite poets, and he talks about, how does it go? I am not a bit, I am untamed, and I can let my wild yelp off over the rooftops of the world. So go out under the full moon and yelp. I love that. I don't know if I'm the only one who's ever noticed this. I've never heard anyone else talk about it. But in the cartoon for Horton Hears a Who, the Dr. Seuss program, when Horton has the flower with the dust moat on it where the Who's live. And they're all banging kitchen pans and yelling, "We are here! We are here! We are here!" And the one guy that was in charge of trying to get the others out, you know, in Horton's world to hear them, he finds this young little kid that isn't making any noise. And so he literally, like the Lion King, he runs to the top of the roofs and he tells the kid to yell, and the kid actually says, "Yelp!" And it's one of those things that I just got chills. One of those things that I love about literature and getting those little hints, those little pieces of like that. Walt Whitman in a Dr. Seuss cartoon. So anyway, I'm a cartoonist, so I reserve the right to go on tangents and talk about cartoons and stuff. So anyway, so let's go ahead and start. Oh, I didn't tell you what it's going to look like yet. I'm so excited about Dr. Seuss. So I'm going to, after I got to the point where I will continue to smoke and to send prayers and blessings for people who've asked me to pray for things, some of my own intentions. And if you ever see me blowing a puff of smoke out, feel free to attach your prayers, your dreams, your intentions to that smoke, because it's that smoke that carries our intentions to Great Spirit. Then at some point it will feel complete, and I will say another prayer, I will sing another song, and then I will take the pipe together. Take the pipe apart. Wow, okay. I need to ground a little bit. Still riding that Dr. Seuss wave. I will take the pipe apart, and then we will usually I will talk for a little bit, whatever time is left, and if my guides usually nudge me in certain directions, have me talk about something. I never know what it's going to be, but I learn a lot. It's like, whoa, I didn't know I knew that. But anyway, so I hope you will stay till the end, and thank you again for joining me. It is really an honor and privilege to be able to share this with others, to bring, you know, my whole intention here is to have a consistent, safe space, sacred space for people to come to and let the world off their shoulders for just an hour or so, and to turn their focus from the outside world to their inner world and their connection to Spirit. So whatever you do to connect to Spirit, you are welcome to do that here. On Saturday when we are in person, then it's more of a silent thing and just staying present. But that's one of the benefits of doing this online, is that you can do whatever you want and you can make as much noise as you want if that's what connects you to Spirit. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and start. Thank you again for joining me. It means a lot. It really does. All right. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Oh. Grandmother, Grandfather Eagle, we send a voice. We ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guides and guardians watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shanadisi, Magikiwas, and Waboos, there is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all our relations come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to Eagle, Coyote, Bear, White Buffalo Catwoman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Yo. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Grandmother, Grandfather Eagle, we send a voice. Thank you for the circle. Thank you for the circle of life, the circle of humanity, the circle of divinity, the circle of hearts that connects us all beings. Thank you for keeping hope alive, promise alive, the light within us alive, that we know that we are eternal, that we are divine, and that we can change. Ee-hee-la-ee-hee-oh, 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 ee-hee, ee-hee-la-ee-hee-oh, ee-hee-la-ee-hee-oh, Oofda. Did you feel that? Did you get feeling the power, the connection, the unity? That is really the purpose. The pipe is about unification, of unifying. Just like I explained earlier, it's also about unifying the people of the earth. The red of the stone of the bowl is the blood of all races. And so when we smoke the pipe, we are in effect smoking it for everyone. And for the unity of seeing beyond the facade, seeing beyond the actions, the attitudes, the fears and beliefs, to the divinity within every person. There is no person that is less than another person. There is no person that is less divine than another person. The only difference is the awareness and You know, it's not even, like, we tend to think in duality. We tend to think of good versus evil, and we put people into those two categories. Oh, that person's evil, that person's good. But every person is essentially divine. Every person, just in the fact that they are divine. Some people live from love, and some people live from fear. And that's not to say that love and fear are two equal forces, right? Love is the only power in the universe. Fear is an absence, or maybe better said, a perceived absence of love. And so those who act from fear act from scarcity-mindedness, of separation, of protection. It's fear. They're in survival mode. And so they see danger everywhere. They see danger in every person, every situation. And that's what makes people feel they need to control things, right? But deep within every person is love. It can't be otherwise. So fear is temporary. Fear is just a momentary forgetfulness of who we are, of what holds the universe together, right? Like they say, the sum of minds and hearts in the universe is one. We are all part of the same being. And so when one of us begins to heal, you are in effect healing everyone on the planet, everyone in the universe. Because your betterment cannot be to the detriment of someone else. If something is for your highest good, it is automatically for the highest good of the collective. There is no separation. There is no good or bad people. It is all perception. It is all whether people are coming from love and seeing the love and the connection and the abundance that surrounds us, or they come from fear of needing to protect themselves, right? And like I've said before, just like you can only hold water in open hands, you can only hold spirit in an open heart. But if you're afraid of everything and you have to close down your heart to protect it, and so that you're suspicious of everyone and everything around you, there's no place for spirit to get in. That's why healing is an inside job. It has to start on the inside to begin opening the heart. And when you walk through the world with your passions intact, with your heart open, every person you come into contact with, their hearts will open a little bit. It's called entrainment. It's the same phenomenon of when you have a room full of clocks, eventually all the clocks are tick-tocking at the same rate. When you're the highest vibration in the room, everyone's vibration rises to try to meet yours. That is how we heal the world. That is how we change the world. Not by force, by trying to change people and change situations. It starts here, changing ourselves, opening our eyes and opening our hearts to see from the heart, to see the connection that lies around us, right? And that's the leap of faith, to leap from here to here, because the heart doesn't make logical sense, right? Our eyes see separate objects, separate beings, right? So logically, we're all separate individuals. The heart knows different. The heart can feel the connection. Like you walk into a room and right away you feel connected. Maybe to some people more than others, right? But you feel that connection when someone you love comes in the room, your heart opens, you connect, right? That is the fundamental truth of the universe. We're all connected. And that connection is there whether we have the eyes of the heart to see it or not. And so at some point in your spiritual growth, if you're going to progress beyond a certain point, you have to see beyond the seeming duality, the binary thinking, and surrender to the oneness. And it can be a very scary thing. And it's not necessarily just a one-off thing either. It's something that is a process. It's something that happens over and over as we expand in our growth and we brush up against, these different rings of fear that are around us. We have to face those fears and those inner demons, and we have to take that leap to say, okay, my mind is scared. My mind sees different. My mind sees that I could possibly be hurt. But my heart says it's okay, so I'm going to take that step through that veil. So the spiritual path is a path of courage. Like Joan of Arc said, I am not afraid. I was born to do this. You were born to do this. You were born to awaken. If you are here on this planet at this time, you are part of the awakening. No matter where on your path you are, no matter how close you are to that awakening, you are part of that upward surge of consciousness as the human race begins to see the unity, begins to see and feel and know itself as one race, one tribe, one family. So, and that is my TED Talk for tonight. So, I hope you got something from tonight, whether from my words or from the ceremony or both. I hope you will join me again next week, same bat time, same bat channel. And like I said, if you are in the area, the Renton, Seattle area, this coming Saturday from 11 to noon, right here in my office, we're going to be doing an in-person pipe ceremony. So you can come and feel that closeness, that oneness right here. And if not, I hope you will join me again next week and every Wednesdays following. When I'm done here, I am going to share this video to my Facebook page, and I will upload it to my YouTube channel. So you can watch it as many times as you want. If you get, to the end of the week and you need a little more serenity or whatever, you can watch this again. My YouTube channel, Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel, has over 4 years worth of these videos and other videos with readings and stories and songs and all kinds of stuff. You can subscribe to that. That would be a great help to me. And like my videos. And please share this video. If you know someone that may benefit, by all means, please share. And again, I've got my Venmo and PayPal pinned to the top of the comments. If you feel you got something you would like to reciprocate and support your friendly neighborhood shaman, then I wholeheartedly appreciate whatever you have to give. Thank you. And being your friendly neighborhood shaman, I am here to help you. I am here to support your path, to help you find your way on your spiritual path. And I have a lifetime of experience of spiritual matters, of, and of training, spiritual and shamanic training and Reiki and all kinds of good stuff. So let me help you. If you feel comfortable with me or you feel you need to talk to a shaman, I am friendly as they come. And you can check out my website at perchingwolfstudios.net. You can set up a session right there. You can see more about me, get to know me a little better, and you can see all the different services that I offer. So, and it is my greatest joy to help others find their way. It really, really is. So, thank you again for joining me. It's time to thank the spirits and release them from this beautiful bubble of energy they've held us so lovingly in. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. All right, my friends, thank you again so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to prioritize looking inward, feeling your heart, connecting to spirit. That makes all the difference in the world, literally. So again, thank you. And I hope to see you again next Wednesday. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone, and go shining.